You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
You're my dream, you're my nightmare. Life is a dream, she don't fight fair.
Welcome Task Force X. These are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Run away from the pain, I don't care. 'Cause I think I need some guiding. No, the kids don't stand a chance. Old man, trouble back again. Had the upper hand, oh no, oh no. I'm back to the black again. My plans like, oh no, oh no. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand, oh no, oh no. I'm back to the black again. Getting stuck, my plans like, oh no, oh no. First day in sight, the violence. Turn around, then day in fight, the silence. Turn it down, I think I need some guidance. No, the kids don't stand a chance. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand. Oh no, oh no. I'm back to the black again. Getting on my plans like, oh no, oh no. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand. Oh no, oh no. I'm back to the black again. Oh no.
Welcome into issue 21 of Comcast Video. Jong Lee here.
Hey, with Michael Carroll.
Thank you guys for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at One Punch.
I'm at producer Mike 975.
And today we have the death of the Suicide Squad. Not really, but we are going to be talking about this long list of Suicide Squad members. And back in the day, I mean about a year or so ago, 6 months to a year ago, they said a lot's going to happen in the first 5 minutes of the Suicide Squad movie, potentially killing off a lot of members. And we are going to put percentages on the likelihood of said member being killed in this movie. So I'll start off with Savant, who's played by Michael Rooker. I feel like Michael Rooker is a very beloved actor by James Gunn, but I can always see him getting killed off really early. I'll say 30% that he gets killed off.
30%? So 100% would be like
for
dead.
sure they're gone. Yeah.
Okay. For Michael Rooker, I'm going to give it 82%. He's dead.
Okay.
I think he's dead. I think that dude is done.
Now, are we doing in the entire movie or in the first 5 to 10 minutes? Entire movie?
Entire movie.
Okay.
Entire movie. He'll die at some point for sure.
I mean, it's only fitting that he's gonna die, right? Because he got killed off in Guardians 2. Javelin. I'm gonna say Javelin is like a 90% death.
I'm gonna say 91.5%.
Yeah, I think Javelin is it. I hope Polka Dot Man doesn't eat it. I hope he doesn't die. But I feel like he's up at 60% for me.
60? Yeah, so for him, I'm pretty high on that. I think he'll survive to a certain point, and then, he'll blow up or something. I don't know, but I got it at 75%. He's dead.
Ratcatcher 2. I think Ratcatcher probably is at another 30%.
I'm trying to remember his exact wordings about Ratcatcher 2. He made some point, James Gunn did, in the panel about Ratcatcher 2 being the heart, to that effect. I forget the exact wording. So I'm thinking Ratcatcher 2 may survive, and because Ratcatcher 2 may be the moral compass, possibly. Who knows? But I'm going to say 15%.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I felt like it was a low percentage that he wasn't going to die. Now, the next two I don't think die. I think Bloodsport, which is played by Idris Elba, I don't think he dies. I think he's going to end up being like the biggest protagonist. I mean, he is one if not the biggest name tied to the show or tied to the movie alongside Margot Robbie. I think those two are the biggest. So I think he survives, and I think the death percentage is probably at like 10% for me. And King Shark, I think, is at a 5%. I don't think King Shark dies one bit. I hope he doesn't.
Right. I hope not. Bloodsport. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I honestly do hope Bloodsport survives, just because we know Deadshot is still in this world, and that would be Will Smith. And I hope we get to see Idris Elba and Will Smith together on screen, because I don't know that we've ever gotten those two together in a film that I can think of. So I would like to see Bloodsport survive. I'm gonna go. What did you say for him? You said 10%.
Yeah, I said 10% for Bloodsport, and I said 5% for King Shark.
So I'm gonna say like I'm gonna give it an 18% chance. I'm gonna go a little higher because maybe he makes like a sacrifice play or something. But I'm kind of with you. I think he's a big name. I think he may stay around for the franchise. So I'll go with that. And then for King Shark, honestly, I hope it's 0%, because if it's Taika Waititi voicing that King Shark, oh my God, I don't want him to ever die. I would put him at maybe 25% though, because who knows? He has died before.
Yeah. So Mongol is the next one. I put it at I put it at 15% that Mongol survives or dies.
I'm gonna say, see, this is another one where I'm like, I don't know. I'm curious the usage of the character, especially knowing the brother is Mongol. So I'm gonna put it at like 38%.
Yeah, I think she survives, and they could bring her back for the next one, and not knowing if they're gonna bring back or if they're gonna do both Mongol and Mongol. Then I guess that would be kind of a cool thing to do in the next one. But I think she survives. The Thinker, I kind of want the Thinker to survive. I want to put this at about a 12% chance that Thinker dies. I think we've had one iteration of the Thinker in one of the I think the Flash. I think the Thinker was in the Flash. So this is, I think, the first iteration that we have the Thinker on the big screen. And I kind of want Thinker to kind of stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd be curious to see him stick around, especially. I think the casting choice was perfect. I'm going to say like 25%. There's a good chance, but not as much as some of the others.
And Sosoria, I think survives. I'm going to put that around 20%. It's a little higher than everybody else in terms of the death rate, but I think Sosoria just survives.
That's Alice Braga, I believe, correct?
And she's sneakily one of the bigger stars. She's like always like a supporting cast member. The New Mutants movie, which we're finally gonna get sometime this month or next month. So I think like when you don't know the name, but when you see her, you're like, oh yeah, I know who she is. So I think she's on that second tier, and I think they kind of want to keep her around.
For sure, Jong, you're going to be in theaters this Friday.
Nope.
Watching that New Mutants. No. I mean, there's a hurricane. There's other stuff going on. Pandemic. That's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I think Alice Braga, she is one of the bigger names, and depending on her usage in the story, it's another character where I feel like she will probably survive. I'm going to go 19%.
Okay. I think this may be the highest percentage. Blackguard, I think, dies. I think Pete Davidson, just for the comedic factor, I think he's going to die. I'm going to put this at like 75%.
Well, he's also a character that gets like bamboozled in the comics and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's asking for some kind of blown up explosion for him, for his head, or death by another way. I'm going to say like, I'm going to say 95%.
No, that's a guarantee for you.
Yeah, that's a guarantee, man.
And then TDK, played by Nathan Fillion, is I think on that level of an Alice Braga, where it's like, Nathan Fillion, that name sounds familiar. You see him, you're like, oh, he's in a bunch of stuff. Nathan Fillion, I think it's a toss up for me. I'm going to put it at 50%.
Oh man, I'm going. He's dead. 90%. 90%. That man's dead.
And then Weasel, I think Weasel survives. I'm gonna put it's just in the name. I think he is gonna keep his brother around. I'm gonna say like 2%. I think he probably has the least amount in terms of like death rate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit higher. I'm gonna say 21% that
Okay.
he might bite it.
All right. The next one, Mr. John Cena. You're not gonna see him die. Peacemaker, I'm gonna say he's gonna survive. I'm gonna put 80%.
Okay, I'm gonna say. Wait, what percentage did you put on him?
80%. No. Oh, I'm gonna say he survives. I'm sorry, 20%.
Oh, okay, 20%. Okay, I was very confused. I'm gonna say, God, I kind of gone back and forth with him because I could see like him doing something absurd and dying. I don't think he dies in the first 5 minutes. I think he's one of the ones that if he did die, it would be definitely later in the film. I think Nathan Fillion might bite it in the first 5 minutes, honestly, because it would be a name and impact and all that. I'm gonna say, man, 13%.
Okay. All right. And now we're gonna getting back to the original cast members of David Ayer's version of Suicide Squad. You got Amanda Waller, you got Harley Quinn, you got Rick Flag, and then you have Captain Boomerang. I think I'll go with the one that's not gonna die. Harley Quinn, 0% she dies, and Viola Davis, I don't think she dies either. I don't think Amanda Waller dies. I'm gonna put her at like 3%.
So Margot Robbie, if you killed her, you're killing a franchise and you're killing money. So that's not happening anytime soon. So that's a 0% chance. She's the most safest Suicide Squad member ever. It's like she doesn't have a bomb implanted in her head. I highly doubt she would die anytime soon. I'll put Amanda Waller at like 1%. I don't think she'll be in the action enough to be in the target site, if you will, of any death. So 1% for her.
And then Joel Kinnaman, who I would put third on the list of in terms of like big names. I would put him right below both Margot Robbie and Idris Elba. I guess Margot Robbie is your top star. Then you have Idris Elba, Joel Kinnaman, and I think Viola Davis. They're all like bunched in there. And I would say that Joel Kinnaman, even though I feel like his coming back for this movie was like back and forth, snip, snap, snip, snap. I do feel like I want him to return, but I don't know if he's going to. So I'm going to put it at like 40% that he dies.
Do you think this is like a Channing Tatum G.I. Joe thing where he comes back but he's killed in the first like 10 minutes of the movie?
I can't see James Gunn doing that.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't think so. I think he survives. My guess is that beach scene is probably towards the middle to back end of that movie, and either it's the last big fight sequence or they get to the beach relatively early to middle of the movie, and then they get captured or something, and then like they have to rescue the rest of the Suicide Squad members. So I think that he makes it to the beach, and if he dies towards the end.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like this is a toss-up for me because I could see him very well dying in this, but I could see him surviving because I think there is more for his character to do now, and I think James Gunn will rectify. Not that his character was bad in the first movie, but I think James Gunn knows better what John Ostrander was trying to do with his Suicide Squad books and everything. So I feel like Rick Flag may stick around, but I'll say 45% because I feel like that's a big enough name that could happen towards the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. And the last one is Jaw Courtney's Captain Boomerang. I think he's one of the comedic reliefs in the movie. I think he survives throughout the movie. I'm going to put it at 10%. I think he's going to be one of the best characters of the movie just because I feel like they did such a bad job portraying the character in that first movie where he was a little. I think they tried too hard with him in that first movie, and I think this movie they're gonna tone him down, but I think he's gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be more funny, and I feel like they're gonna want him to. They're gonna keep him around, and I feel like they might try to use him as like a kind of a Rocket type of character throughout the movie, and I think he's gonna be like that quick, snappy character, and I think because he's known to crack jokes and whatnot, and I feel like he's gonna be a very good character throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, I would say for him I'm gonna say 30%.
Okay.
Stick around, but there's a good portion of me that thinks he's another one that I don't think necessarily dies right at the beginning, but maybe towards the end.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and give us your thoughts on who the Suicide Squad members are going to die. Put percentages on them. Play with us, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Slap the bell.
Yeah. Slap that bell for notifications. Thank you guys for tuning in and having fun with us. And if you haven't checked out our audio version of this podcast, go to any major podcast platform that you use or listen to and find us. We're at Comicast. And also follow us on Twitter, and you can comment and talk to us on Twitter as well. I'm at One Punch.
I'm at Producer Mike 975.
Until next week.
See ya. Bye.